If you look at past governments that consistently break their word, sooner or later people get tired of them, even in a place like Alberta where we elect majority governments consistently. And I think, Albertans, I am surprised at where we are at this stage, but I'm pleased because I see that Albertans have been clearly getting our message and understand that we're the only party that's actually come up with a plan, and a detailed plan. Our plan is the most detailed fiscal plan that's ever been put forward by any opposition party in the history of Canada during an election. It's the most detailed. And in fact, it's more detailed than Jim Prentice's plan, and yet he consistently attacks our plan as being undetailed, which means that his own plan is very, very undetailed, which is interesting. But, I don't want to concentrate on Jim Prentice. I'd like to concentrate on our 5 priorities and communicating those clearly to Albertans and make sure they understand that we are ready to govern and we are ready to respect them and their tax dollars. Rachel Notley gets in, we're all in trouble. We're all in big trouble, and it doesn't make me afraid. Well, it makes me very afraid, especially when, after she's doing so well in the polls, she mentions that she's not going to support the Northern Gateway Pipeline, that she's not going to support Keystone Pipeline, that she's going to, not support Kinder Morgan Pipeline, which is obviously because she is, the NDP in BC are protesting Kinder Morgan. The NDP in Manitoba are asking for intervenor status to reject the Eastern Pipeline. And then, of course, we have the most stunning revelation. She's going to increase royalty rates on the oil sands producers. I mean, when you sign a contract, can you not keep that contract? It doesn't matter whether it's a previous government. You have to keep that. That's the word of the government of Alberta. And when you don't keep your word, it sends signals to the stock market, which we're all invested in the stock market, especially Calgary. We're all invested in that, and we're all invested in these corporations, whether we want to be or not, whether it be our pension funds for teachers, etc. And if the teachers vote for, the NDP and the NDP gets in, well, goodbye to their pensions. That's the truth of it. And I don't even think they recognize that long-term ramification, because the NDP have clearly shown across this country that when they get into power, they create messes, and they try to use government intervention, which creates bigger messes and more expensive messes for the people of Alberta. And we've seen that by the PC's involvement over, the upgrader and many other things, golf courses, which they have no business to be in that kind of business. It's not for governments to pick winners and losers. It's governments to set the stage for winners and losers to come about. And the winners in that scenario are always going to be the people of Alberta. I actually expected more from him, more professionalism. I did work with him for a period of time in Ottawa, and I expected him to be more professional and less fear-mongering. But, the most obvious example was when I was trying to have a debate with him and do a professional debate, and acted with professionalism. And as you notice, I tried not to be argumentative. I don't want to be that. I wanted to put out our platform and our ideas, and I want Albertans to see what we have to offer. And I thought that maybe we could have a debate on the issues instead of, turning his back on me every time, not giving me an opportunity to answer. If he wants to be unprofessional, that's his business. I'm a professional person, and I'm going to, hopefully earn the respect and trust of Albertans and make sure that if we do that, I think we will have the opportunity to govern sometime, and it would be an absolute privilege to implement our plan and try to make Alberta a better place. And that's what I want to do, and that's what I'd like to have a discussion on. I don't want to have a discussion on fear-mongering and talking about how nasty and mean I am and what a slasher and burner I am. I don't think that's constructive to the discussion. And, I've said from the start that I think a strong opposition is good. I think a strong opposition gives you better government. And I think that means that you have to have good ideas. And if a government can't come forward with good ideas, and a party can't come forward with good ideas and good principles to present to the voter, then I don't think they should be in power anymore. And in this particular case, I think it's obvious that they don't have any good ideas. And my belief is they should not be in power, and frankly, I think that's the case. They won't be.